Boom! What's going on? It's your man Qualified and
Yo, it's Eddie C.
and this is
Two Dope Dads.
and a podcast.
And a podcast. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all are in for a treat.
Yes, sir. Bow, 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 boom. Disco, boom, 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 pow, boom, boom, boom. That boom, boom, boom. That boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. It's your man Qualified, aka the Dirty Daddy, aka the Black ECW, aka Mr. Black Future, aka the Black American Dream, aka Dr. Foot Lover. And we got Jason.
Hi.
I didn't even let him say his name.
Yeah, what the fuck?
My bad.
Like, I ain't got AKAs.
And we have...
This is Jason. Hi.
Where's the AKAs?
Oh. I wasn't prepared for this. AKA... the Barefoot Assassin.
Ooh.
Silent but deadly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man. You gonna sneak up barefoot and fart you to death.
Flatulence. Another good SAT word.
There we go, man. Before we get too far into this, you may notice that there's only two of us here right now. Shout out to our man Eddie C, aka Mr. Wiggles in the flesh. He's away for a little bit, but he's gonna be back soon. He's taking care of some things, and we'll see him in a bit. Shout out to Eddie. Much love, bro. Okay.
Yeah, man. Here we are.
Here we are.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
I gotta say, not just because Eddie's gone. Like, that's definitely the main thing, but I'm sitting on this side of the table.
You are.
Which is very awkward for me.
I'm on this side of the table. I'm usually there.
Yeah. And I'm not used to seeing a camera.
Uh-huh.
Usually I like get to be off on the side and just like hide.
How's it feel?
Fucking weird.
Under the lights.
I don't like it. I don't have the right complexion for this.
Too many lights
To
to light up these.
Yeah.
No.
Huh?
Oh, man. So what you been up to lately, bro?
Not much, man. I mean, shit. We actually, you know what I've been up to, because we've been hanging out with Eddie the last few days.
I know exactly.
Kind of, you know, seeing him off and really trying to show him that we're there for him and that he has the support he needs so that he can go and worry about his own shit. He doesn't have to worry about us.
Yeah.
So while we're continuing on, otherwise, man, work as usual. Trying to figure out this event we got going on.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We have like a big announcement to make here. You're hearing it here first. Actually, it's kind of on our Instagram already.
Second.
So you're hearing it again. April 23rd. It's going down live at Sunday's Culture. Shout out my homegirl Riley. Shout out my man Mike. We are gonna be Greedy. Shout out Greedy. I did what you did to me.
You calling him out, man.
So we're actually gonna be having a live event. We're gonna be in the building, all three of us. It's gonna be going down at Sunday's Culture in Chinatown, 918A Smith Street. We're going to be getting started doing a live show there filming. 8 p.m. is when the live show starts. We're going to have some special guests. We're going to be giving you guys more info on just who's going to be there and exactly what's going to be going down in the coming weeks on the podcast and on our Instagram. So follow us at Two Dope Dads Podcast on Instagram. If you're not following, boom, there's the link or the at, all that. So yeah, if you're not following, you should be. But you're definitely going to want to come out to this event. We're going to have some special treats. It's April 23rd. So if you know anything about myself, I am, yes, a connoisseur and big time celebrator of the holiday known as 420. So if you do partake, it's gonna be fun for you. I'm just saying that. This isn't a call to action.
Well, it is.
But it is a call to action. Come to the event.
We're asking. That's the action we asking for.
Yeah, that's the action that we're asking for.
That's it.
So yeah, come through. We're gonna have some fun. You're gonna want to see us interacting with the guests. We're gonna have some other surprises for you. There's gonna be merch available, things that you can check out. So come through, and this is a free event. So we're gonna have a link set up on Eventbrite. You can RSVP and come through. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Speaking of merch, I'm gonna have my merch there. Check us out. MRKT_ZERO.
Yeah.
That's Market Zero on IG.
There we go. All right, man. So, I guess we're gonna get started talking about actual shit, right?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of, yeah. What kind of shit you talking about?
Cartoons.
Oh yeah, that's some
Okay, right?
Yeah.
This is serious business.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you remember back in the day, Saturday morning cartoons, what were you? Were you a ABC, Disney One Saturday Morning guy? Were you a Kids WB guy? Were you a Fox Kids guy? Would you watch the teen shows on NBC?
Nah. Fox, they did Recess, right?
No, sir. That's ABC. That's
ABC?
Disney One Saturday Morning.
God damn.
TJ
I don't
Detweiler.
remember none of that. I remember Recess. Recess was my most anticipated fucking shit on a Saturday morning.
Recess went hard as fuck. One Saturday Morning was dope. There was Recess, Pepper Ann. There was Doug was
my
in
shit.
Doug, the Disney Doug was in the lineup.
Wait, there was a non-Disney. Wait,
Yeah, Nickelodeon, the original Doug.
Oh,
that's the real Doug.
That's right.
And then
I forgot
there was
about that
Disney
split.
Doug when he was in high school or whatever.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah. What else? They had some other joints. They had this one joint, The Weekenders, that I fucked with. So yeah, they had some shit.
Yeah. I like Nick too.
Okay.
But it was Doug originally, and then Hey Arnold.
Yeah.
That was my shit off Nick. Oh, I remember later on when Cat Dog came out.
Cat Dog.
That was
Cat
wild.
Dog. Alone in the world is a little cat dog. But let's see. But yeah, no. They were dope. Kids WB had a interesting lineup for a while. Back when I was in the Pokemon, they had Pokemon.
Yeah.
They had let's see, Jackie Chan Adventures.
Oh, Jackie!
One more thing, Jackie.
Oh my god,
That was my shit.
Yeah. And he would come on at the end and give a PSA or talk to the kids. Family friendly.
Yeah, what else? Static Shock was on Kids WB.
I remember that was a big thing too.
That was my
like,
nigga.
Yo, that was so dope.
Yeah.
And that was like, I think that was that before they did like the X-Men, like the
X-Men
new
Evolution?
Oh, yeah, the Evolutions. Yeah. I remember it kind of set the tone for that almost.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I always got the same vibe from it.
Yeah, nah,
It was
man.
fucking wild.
So yeah, they had some shit. But what about like Saturday morning cartoons that like you remember that whenever you bring it up, like it's just like nobody knows what the fuck you're talking about? Are there any of those for you? Because I have like a couple in my back pocket.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
I don't think. I feel like I'm pretty basic. It was.
Basic
I know,
bitch.
It's not a cartoon. It was like the claymation, the time lapse stuff.
Okay.
It was Wallace and Gromit.
Oh.
And so I used to watch that growing
Yeah.
up, and I don't remember it being on TV a whole lot, but I had like the VHS tapes.
Okay.
Like that was some like family friendly stuff. Like my parents were down with me watching. My dad's into art, so he thought it was cool that they were doing like claymation stuff.
Yeah.
So I used to watch hella of that, and most people didn't know what the fuck I was talking about.
Let's see. So
Wait, did you watch that shit?
I didn't watch it myself. Claymation kind of bugs me out a little bit,
Oh.
but I
Shit.
but no, I know what it is. I know exactly what you're talking about. There was one show that I was really into that was on Fox Kids. Don't ask me what year it was. Anywhere between 1998 and 2002, I feel like. Spy Dogs.
It's like Paw Patrol.
No, not at all like Paw Patrol. This
They're
was
just
like
dogs that are
This
spies?
is like Paw Patrol for real niggas, or older niggas, real niggas, real older niggas. But
There's a lot of iterations of that, and I don't know.
But damn,
I got you. It's cool.
But yeah, so Spy Dogs. I forget what the name of the agency was, but they were like, it was like the good spies against like this bad agency, but they were like saving the world.
The bad agency was saving the world.
No, the good guys.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes.
And then there was like,
my bad.
yeah, there's one dog, and he kind of reminds me of like Brian from Family Guy, but like not a dick.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so because he's like the leader of the good guys, but like,
Yeah.
yo, Spy Dogs, that was my fucking
Wait.
shit.
So the good guys were the dogs. Were the bad guys the cats?
Honestly, I can't remember what the bad guys were.
Oh.
So like, and then like nobody ever remembers this cartoon. So sometimes I'm just like, did I make it up? But I Googled it and I know it exists.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
All right. I was gonna say it'd be kind of trippy. What if they were the mailmen? The bad guys was the USPS.
we should bring back Spy Dogs.
I mean, let me watch an episode first, and I'll let you know if I'm down for the cause.
There was another one that I watched, and I think this was also Fox Kids. Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century.
The fuck?
Yeah, the song was like, Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century. Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century.
You're not winning me over with this
Sherlock
song.
Holmes in the 22nd century. Sherlock Holmes.
You know what that reminds me of? You watch Boy Meets World?
Yes.
Remember the episode where Eric falls asleep eating cereal on his parents' couch, watching spy movies?
Yeah.
And he has the dream about him as a spy.
Oh, man. What was his song?
Oh, fuck, I don't remember. But it reminds me of that instance because I remember it was very like on the nose. It was just like the good looking spy, the good looking spy.
Because he's a good looking guy. Yeah. If there's a crime out there, he's gonna comb his hair because he's good looking guy.
Yeah, that's
Yo.
what it is. Oh shit.
Oh
Oh my god. Yeah, dude. That's what it remind me of. So I'm open to it now.
Yeah, no. So Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century, he like, I don't know. I guess he got like frozen.
Is it like Inspector Gadget?
No.
Oh.
But Watson is like a robot or some shit. So I guess like Sherlock Holmes got like frozen or some shit.
Huh.
And then thawed out in the 22nd century, and basically he's just like solving crimes, but in the future. So it's just like the same kind of Sherlock Holmes shit. But like as a kid, I used to read a lot as well, and Sherlock Holmes was some shit that I was really into. Like
Nice.
I remember I had this book that had like mad Sherlock Holmes stories in there.
You ever read Encyclopedia Brown?
I did.
Yo, that was my shit. That was my shit.
Nice. So yeah, those are like two of the big ones.
Yeah.
Another one that people don't remember when I bring it up, Mummies Alive.
Yeah, man. You got a theme song for this one too? Bring us in.
We are the mummies on something 45 BC. We are the mummies. We are the mummies alive. We are the mummies alive. We are the mummies.
Oh,
So
they had that kind of range. They did all that, or were you exaggerating it? There?
no, it was kind of like
damn.
from what I remember. Yeah, there was a lot going on.
Shit.
But nah, so basically it was like there were these mummies from ancient Egypt, but like they were alive
Yeah.
and shit, but they were also like superheroes, kind of like they had powers,
Yeah.
and so like they would be like fighting shit, and I think they were cool with like some kids.
They're cool with some kid. You sure this wasn't like a Cocoa Puffs commercial or something?
No, they were cool. I think if I remember right, there was like a couple of white kids. Now I'm about to Google.
Yo.
Mummies Alive is a thing.
Why do
Look at me
was this
doing your
is
job,
this-
Google man?
Hold
What the
up.
fuck is
God
going
damn,
on?
dude. Chill out.
Mummies Alive.
Remind me of like a mix between Power Rangers and Gargoyles, but with toilet paper.
Oh wow.
What's up?
Okay, see, so there is a kid. Yeah. So there's the kid.
There's always a kid. It's a kid show.
His name is Presley Carnavan. And he lives in San Francisco, but he's basically a reincarnated Egyptian something or other.
And he calls forth the mummies, which makes him alive. Hence, Mummies Alive.
Yeah, so.
Yo, why do I get the feeling? Was this on PBS? Why do I get the feeling you were like watching this along with Carmen Sandiego and fucking Magic School Bus?
I definitely was watching Carmen Sandiego.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't fuck with the School Bus? I was gonna
Fuck
say, man.
yeah.
I feel like these cartoons
I
are
knew
in
I should have
alignment
stayed
with
home
that.
today.
This Frizz.
Yeah, man. But then the one kid with the orange hair who never wanted to come to school.
Oh,
the
yeah,
orange
yeah,
hair,
yeah.
the glasses.
Yeah.
I want to say Arnie, but I feel like that's not his name.
I don't remember his name.
Me either.
Hold up.
Yeah, Google, man.
Hey, chill out. Let me do my shit.
Well, I guess you're wearing two hats today, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Well, because you're like you're fully a
I
co-host.
know. I was just playing, man.
Oh, I don't know. Thought maybe that went over both your hats.
It was Arnold.
Oh, Arnold.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
right.
Looked like an Arnold.
So,
Yo, Arnold is like, I feel like it's one of those names that people always get mixed up though. I know I have a coworker named Arnold,
yeah.
and he's been called everything. Like anything you can think of, he's been called that. Like Gerald, Ronald, Roland, like just motherfuckers, like you know.
Yeah.
And so anytime somebody comes in and asks
But I
for,
can kind of see Arnold and Ronald.
yeah, no, but I'm just saying, like for whatever reason,
What's his name? Arnold?
nobody
Ronald? Arnold.
Nobody. Nobody ever gets his fucking name right, and it's hilarious because anytime somebody comes in and asks for somebody that isn't in the store, we go, "Oh, Arnold." And
I know that motherfucker be pissed. Like,
so
nigga.
I mean, I gotta imagine like there's gotta be instances where we say Arnold and they just go along with it because they don't want to be like, oh, I don't remember who it is.
Yeah.
And he gets a sale out of it, and he never helped that dude. He never seen that dude before in his life.
Well, I guess it works out.
We get a laugh. He might get an extra sale or two. Works out.
I guess you can't be mad when you look at it like that.
Yeah.
Still.
I don't know how you have all these cartoons. What'd you do? Like, just watch TV all the time?
No, but
Oh.
but there was like a chunk where I was homeschooled. So I feel like some of these cartoons were also like the cartoons that would come on like in
At
the
odd
morning
times or like shit.
like in the morning before school, or that would have came on like if I was going to school at those times, that like during the time when I was coming home.
I've never brought this up before. It's not a cartoon, but it was a kid's show. VR Troopers.
Hell yeah.
You remember that shit? I don't even remember what it was about. I just remember I used to wake up early and watch it before school when I was in like first grade or some shit.
They was basically like off-brand Power Rangers.
Yeah, but then I also watched Beetleborgs, which was an off-brand Power Rangers
Beetleborgs,
focused
Metallics.
around a beetle.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Yeah, Beetleborgs, man.
Dude.
Metallics,
yeah.
Yeah.
That was one that I had like one VHS for. And so I could never really get into it because if I ever wanted to watch it, all I could do was watch that one. Yeah. So I've done watch that one episode like 20 times. And I was like, all right, I'm over it.
Yeah, nah, but I used to be into all these shows when I was a kid.
And people didn't know what they were.
Well, yeah, I guess. Maybe because shit was coming on when
Crayon
was at school. What the fuck is
this? I think that's what it's called. So I thought of one that I watched as a cartoon. It wasn't a Saturday morning cartoon. It was like a late night cartoon that my dad thought was funny. It was on Kiku. It was in Japanese. And so we would watch that shit and he'd be like, don't tell your mom. Because it was kind of like adult jokes almost. But yeah, I think it was called Crayon. It was kind of like South Park for Japan.
Was it like that? What was it like that little like
oh, let me look it up. I'll show you the picture. Crayon Shin-chan.
Yes,
that dude.
That nigga.
Yeah, with eyebrows.
Oh, I did not know. Yeah. See, I used to just call him Shin-chan.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, he was lit.
You with the dog? The doofy dog?
Can we throw his graphic up on the screen?
I'll double check, but if we can, I will throw it.
Yeah.
If not, I'll put like a link or something to the Wikipedia page down below.
Yeah, that motherfucker.
Yeah, check him out. It's dope.
Yeah, that motherfucker was lit.
Yeah, I like that shit. Yeah, I got one.
Hey,
I don't feel like out of the loop.
Yeah.
Not basic. Complex.
Boom.
Layers.
Like an onion.
Like an onion. I don't like that though. Like onions make people cry. Every time you say this shit, it makes me confused because like there's layers, but you peel the layer and what you get? More onion.
Layers like a dip.
Oh, I can get I fucks with that. Yeah. One of them 7-layer dips.
Yup.
Mm-hmm.
I really like 7-layer dips.
Yeah.
Pause, since I just called you a dip.
Alright, man. You got any more cartoons?
Oh, okay. Alright, so one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yeah.
At one point, there were like 3 cartoons. I forget what network they were on. This is when I was very young, still in California. And it was MC Hammer.
The fuck?
He
What
had
you mean?
MC Hammer. He had a cartoon. Yeah, he had his own cartoon, and he would be like in like before shows. He would.
I was not expected.
He would be in the locker room or whatever, and he would talk to his shoes. His shoes would talk to him.
What?
Yeah.
You sure MC Hammer?
It was, bro. Look.
Why
at
would
Google.
his shoes talk to him?
Nigga, Google it.
That sound like a basketball movie, like you get. You know what I mean? Like the shoes.
Cause he could dance. Google it.
What was it called?
I don't know. Just Google MC Hammer cartoon.
Hammer Man.
Oh shit!
We call Hammer.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and his shoes was on to him, bro.
What the fuck? That's kind of ridiculous. I mean, it's kind of it's okay.
It was
It's kind of pimp, man.
Bro.
He had his own cartoon. That's wild.
Bro, I'm saying he was going off.
Oh yeah, so he be dancing and shit.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So what's it called? But MC Hammer had a cartoon.
Oh, is that who that was like made after, or is this just like an artist rendition blending the two?
Oh no, definitely.
Yeah, that was inspiration. Oh shit, that's wild.
But yeah, so MC Hammer had a cartoon. Bill and Ted had a cartoon, and New Kids on the Block had a cartoon.
Yeah. Trying to think if like if there's any like people that I followed that were like they had cartoons. I don't think so.
Yeah.
All the cartoons I watched were like made up people.
Yeah, nah. Back then, like shit, if you was popping enough, you could get you a cartoon and action figures.
They should bring that back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's way better than fucking just a social media page.
right?
Yeah.
Yo, who do you think could do that? Could make that transition?
Shit, before the whole Astro World thing, I think there was Travis Scott dolls and shit like that. Probably
Yeah.
Playboy Cardi,
Yeah.
because his fans would seem to be they're in the weird shit. They would totally buy Playboy Cardi dolls.
I got the feeling that 6ix9ine was gonna do that shit at some point.
Yeah.
I know he did
If
the
he had
NFTs
kept
and
on,
stuff.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if he had kept on like with his before, shit hit the fan, the trajectory he was on.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, like I think like Snoop has done it before.
Well, Snoop, yeah,
Snoop's done everything.
Yeah, Snoop's everywhere. Snoop's he's like, I was gonna say the face, but he's not even. He's the face of himself. Like,
Yeah.
it ain't nothing else. Like,
I mean, if he wanted to, Drake could do that.
yeah, you're right. If he wanted to,
You know what I mean?
I was gonna say yay, but he's been portrayed in cartoons already, and
Yeah.
they weren't the most flattering. So
Yeah.
let's
Nah, Ye could totally do that.
yeah, he
if
could do.
wanted
He could
to.
definitely set up a whole production for it. I'm surprised he
He'd
didn't.
make it himself, and it would be fucking amazing.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't though. Like, as somebody who's interested in art and like music and stuff, I feel like that's on my radar of shit. Like, if I ever like did some shit and made it, I'd want to make a cartoon or a comic book or something. Like, just expand like
I mean, maybe I think
the
that's
artistic process for
think-
just
I
content.
feel like
and
maybe
stuff.
that's something that he would like sit down with like after he's done other shit, because like it seemed like he really wanted to conquer the fashion world or
That's
knock
true.
over whatever
That's
hurdle
true.
it was. He's like, I want to be looked at as like these designers and shit. Like,
Yeah,
so I feel like he's still
doing that. That's
that.
hard though. I mean, I guess. Okay, so I guess that's where it's like that's an admirable goal, because that's something that's gonna take a lifetime. Like, that's some shit that it's not just gonna happen.
But I mean, if we ain't learned nothing from that documentary, like Ye is just gonna be on some. And hey, look at us talking about Ye. Found a way.
Damn.
This wasn't even my fault this time.
No, it wasn't.
But if we ain't learned nothing from that documentary, that he has a lifetime of just like whatever he believes in his head, he's gonna make happen. And it doesn't matter if you believe in him or not, because nobody believed in Jesus Walks when he showed it to him.
Yeah.
And look at what happened.
Exactly.
So like at this point, like it really is, haha, you can't tell me nothing. Like, you know what I mean? So he's just gonna keep doing it because like, and every time he does some shit, like he gets people to fuck with it. Like people said, they didn't fuck with Jesus and shit like that, and that shit did numbers. Like every, you know, and some people say it's a classic and one of his best albums. Like, you know what I mean? So,
we ain't talk about it, but I guess kind of in light of recent events, I kind of wanted to bring it up. Like, you see what's been going on with between him and like Kim.
Yeah.
So he kind of losing it. I mean, I hope he regains himself, but I feel like it's been kind of wild. And I've been seeing some shit like people throwing mad shade, which I guess is nothing new. I caught myself saying it. It's nothing new. Yeah. But mad shade on how he's been acting, and I can see it. Like, I've seen the things that's been going on.
I completely understand, and I've been seeing it too, what people are saying. I think part of, I think it's just a lot of shit is weird with them. Yeah. Like, as far as the public perception.
Well, it's out of the ordinary, which is why people pay attention to it, right?
Well, I'm not even talking about just what they're actually doing, but I'm just saying, like, as far as like how they interact with the public, right? Yeah. So then, like, some of the stuff that he says on there, like, you saw part 3 of the documentary?
I did not. I just finished the second part.
So in part 3 of the documentary, I'm not even gonna say spoiler. It's been out for a while now. If you guys haven't seen it, then oh well.
I'm right here.
Hey, you watched part 1 and 2. All right, you could have watched 3. But in part 3, Cootie is he gets back around him, and he's now it's like known that he has, you know, mental health issues, and so there's times where he's got the camera on him, and like they were just chilling talking about one thing, and then like, you know, shit just hits, and he kind of just like goes off in the middle of a rant, like just on some other shit. And so like Cootie was like, the first time it happened, he's like filming it, and then he just said it just didn't feel right to keep the camera on, so he starts cutting the camera off when he starts to go into these things. So like they'll be chilling doing some stuff, and then like he'll start talking about something, and then all of a sudden like the camera goes down, cuts off. And so one, I feel like he's dealing with that shit, and he might just be running shit off. And then two, feel like some of it is marketing, because a lot of times when he has a lot these out, and I'm not trying to defend any of his behavior here, I don't condone any of it. I completely understand everybody who's saying like it's scary and harassing. Yeah, like if a motherfucker who is just doing that shit to somebody, like, I do not agree with any of that, right? But I've seen there is a pattern with Ye, where he'll have like some of these outbursts on social media, and then like something is announced after. So like, so a lot of the stuff that's on, and then like he'll be doing some of this shit, and then he'll make a post in the middle of it on Instagram, and talk about like, you know, art and protecting his art, and like, can I still do whatever for art? So I'm just like, I don't know what he got going on, and like, I do believe that he does need help and need something going on, but like, I don't know how much of what he's posting is like what he's got going on. If some of the shit is just like him posting it, and like how when he's ranting and in that state of mind, and then how much of it is actually marketing, and how much, because I know there's definitely marketing mixed in. Like,
I mean, there is. I think like my take on it, and I don't follow it that closely. I just want to bring it up because we talk about him all the time.
Yeah.
And what we talk about is generally not what the rest of the internet's talking about these days. So I figured I'd bring it up. But my take on it is he's someone that's always made the most out of a bad situation. So you say like, oh, I don't know how much of it is marketing. Well, if he has an outburst and he like, oh, fuck. All right, well, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Well, I got all these motherfuckers talking about me. Let me pull up some shit. So he's just making the most. I don't think it was orchestrated necessarily.
Yeah.
The shit I see and I hear about, I feel like I like you said, we don't condone that. It's definitely harassment. But I empathize with him. Mm. You know what I mean? Like, I've been in that state where it's just like, I feel like I'm torn between the love that I felt for this person and then hating her for leaving or for whatever it is. And on top of that, he's in the public eye. She's in the public eye. And he got to deal with seeing the new dude. Right?
Yeah.
And then he's said shit to Ye in the past. So now it's like, oh, so not only do I have to see y'all doing shit, I also got to deal with like this motherfucker taking shots at me before.
Yeah.
And like, so is this a deep-seated thing? Has this been going on? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like
there's a whole bunch of different places your brain can go.
Yeah, exactly. And if he's already, I don't want to say unstable, but if he's already that creative that is all over the place and sometimes has to come back to find his center, this is some shit can keep you off your fucking center.
Yeah.
And flip you upside down. You know what I mean? And like, I've been there. And it's sad that we got to see Ye, who's older, go through it publicly.
Yeah.
And have everybody criticize him for it. But I wish you the best, Ye. If you listening, we keep talking like you are.
Yeah.
I know one day you will.
Yeah, man. You're going to shout us out.
But yo, like, we rooting for you. We know you can get through this. Like, you got more shit to accomplish, and we gonna be watching.
God's not finished.
That's it. And like any young homies too, like any other people going through shit, fucking. Sometimes you gotta realize, like, sometimes you want something, but why you want it is for you. It's a selfish reason, and trying to hang on to that is only gonna make things worse for yourself. So it's harder than it looks, easier said than done.
Yeah.
You do it little by little, and you just acknowledge that what you're doing by stepping away is best for the other person.
Look at you, man.
That's it.
Jason's fucking preaching. Pastor Jason.
I'm just saying, because I've been there.
Yeah.
And I mentioned in the previous episode that that I've been in, I didn't say it like this, but I was in a toxic relationship and I was the toxic one.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I've been in others where the dynamic was different, where it was the other person, but the one that hurts me most is the one where I was the one doing damage.
Yeah.
So,
nah, man, it sucks finding out that you were the bad guy.
Exactly. And I want others to know it's okay to acknowledge that and to do better.
Yeah.
That's it.
Nah, real shit. As someone else who's been the bad guy.
Yeah.
Before, like, that shit is a shitty ass realization, but once you figure it out, now you know what to do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you figure it out.
Yeah. Well, once you.
That's the big one. Is once you figure it
Well, no.
out.
Once you figure out that you're what I mean by that is once you figure out that you were the one fucking up. Now you know what to do.
Yeah.
And that's go and fix it so that you're not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
Because, like, of course you're not going to be the bad guy. Like, most people aren't going to be the bad guy. Like, on
Or, I mean,
purpose.
if you are, fucking own up to it. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only thing is, I mean, not that I think people should be bad guys, but
Well, I'm saying most, like,
most people
like,
don't
say
realize.
yeah, that's what
when
I'm
they're
saying.
being
You're not
the toxic one.
You're not
Yeah.
going into it purposefully. Usually, hopefully, going into it to be like, oh, I'm gonna fuck this shit up. But then, like, you go in there and then you don't realize sometimes, like, how selfishly that you're thinking.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, yeah.
And then, like, you do some shit and then it takes, like, hindsight. And this is a lot of time, especially us dudes, like,
Yeah.
I don't know why it takes, like, hindsight so much for us to, like, figure out, oh shit, I wish I had. There's so many times that I wish I had more situational awareness while it was happening.
Oh, yeah.
Because once I had hindsight, I could see so clear, like, oh, right here is where I started losing it. And it's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
But hey, at least now, next time, I know what to do. But, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so that's why I was saying in the last pod about, like, I'm a little more cautious. I'm weary of, like, weird signals. Like, if I don't know what that signal means, I take it as a no and I move on. Because I don't want to be caught in that situation again where I was, even if I was persistent and she kind of liked me and then we did some stuff and then later on, like, I grew attached or vice versa, right? And shit different. Like, we just not for each other.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a little too cautious now, but it's something I pay attention to. And it's something where, like, I got to weigh out, is this something I really want to pursue? If I'm already getting signals
No, I feel you.
I'm not sure about. So, like, as much as you as a person need to know what you want, you got to be able to detect when the other person doesn't know what they want. And if you're okay, you're willing to put up with that, and fucking go for it. If not, you got to remember, because later on, that shit can come back to bite you.
Look at this motherfucker right here.
Been around the block some. You know what I mean? It's been crazy.
Hitch part 2.
Hitch part 2. You just got to watch out, bro. You protect your heart. And we see, don't matter how popular you are, how good music you make, what kind of clothes or business you involved in, how much money you got, don't matter.
Sorry, I don't know why I threw bitch in there. I apologize, guys.
Don't matter.
Doesn't matter.
At the end of the day, we're all susceptible to heartache.
This is true.
So you got to protect yourself.
Protect yourself. That's not the words.
It's not. It's all right.
But you know what it's the remix.
You be doing that.
Protect yourself.
Yo. We gonna get we're gonna do that song and Trojan gonna, like, sponsor it, bro. Magnum.
Oh, yo, yes.
Yo. See, you talking about your last album, but we can just shift gears and start focusing music on
marketing.
getting sponsorships.
Jingles. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just release nothing but jingles, and we'll cater each one for a certain market.
There we go. I could do that all day.
Hell yeah. You were just saying how you put music to shit when I was setting up the lights. Dude, we can make this happen.
Boom. It's a thing. It's a thing. Right here. You saw it first. An idea is born. None of you guys steal it. You can't, because it's my brain.
Yeah. You don't know jingles like this, dude. Did you make up a song to somebody setting up lights while you were going to film a podcast?
You didn't.
No.
I bet you.
How much you bet him?
I don't know. But I bet you. Push-ups.
Military family, huh?
User.
Yeah. I know. Somebody asked my dad for $1 once. He goes, "Give me 10 push-ups." The dude was confused as fuck. He turned around and walked away.
He was like, "I ain't doing this shit." The fuck?
Yeah.
I'm hungry. Ah, man. Okay. So, wow, we took a left turn and ended
Kind of
up
a detour,
in,
my bad.
relationships. But no, that's fine. Here's a non-relationship question for you.
Yeah.
What's some of your favorite like video games that you played as a youngin?
Oh, so Spiral was one.
The Dragon?
The Dragon.
Okay.
You didn't fuck with the Dragon?
I did not play that.
You did not play that?
No.
So
I mean,
you-
I played it, but it wasn't my thing.
Damn, dude. I lost sleep over that game.
Really?
Crash Bandicoot?
I was just about to say Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot. It's in the same vein. You playing like as a creature?
Yeah, but
and
I
you
don't-
going through levels like that?
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't fuck with dragons?
No,
Why? Because he had gloves and would jump through warp portals?
Yes.
Oh. I mean, I thought they were both cool, but yeah.
Well, no, I mean, just to me, I don't know. I think honestly, I just couldn't figure out what was going on when I was trying to play Spyro the Dragon.
Oh. I mean, you just going through levels just like in Crash Bandicoot. That's why I put them
don't know,
together
man,
because
I
they're
just-
the
I
same
couldn't-
kind of game.
I don't know if I was. Maybe I sucked at it.
Oh, yeah.
I just, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Wow, what did you play?
Let's see. Well, of course, it's gonna be boring. It's a lot of sports stuff like Madden, NFL Game Day before they shut. Before Madden.
Yeah.
Bought everybody out or whatever, and they own the exclusive license. So there was Madden, and then there was NFL Game Day that was made by 989 Sports. ESPN had a football game for like 1 year. And there was NFL Blitz. So that was like the more arcade crazy version.
Yeah.
And motherfuckers could get like injured.
Oh.
You'd be like, oh, broken, like, you know what I mean? So it was just like crazy. But I think some of the most fun I had outside of just the regular sports games, which just basically just kind of changed some features and got a little bit better year to year, were the wrestling games, especially when there was back when WCW was still around. Like one of my favorite games was WCW Thunder. And people, some people talk shit about that game, but like it was fun because there was like every guy, like before you picked them, you could like, I think it was you press square and that's the one. Boom, they throw it on the screen. Right? So everybody that I think you could press square and they cut a little promo. I'll never Raven, I still remember it to this day. You do it to Raven and he go, you can pick me, pick somebody else, do whatever you want, just leave me alone. Quote the Raven, nevermore. And because like his character was like a grungy, like, you know,
I know, yeah.
Oh, you remember
Edgar Allan Poe.
Or well, yeah, but like, but Raven as the wrestler, well, because he's like legit. I guess has like a genius IQ.
No word.
Yeah, but he was just he really like dressed like real grunge, like straight out of Seattle type shit. And like that was supposed to be his character, and he had like a group of guys who followed him, Raven's flock.
Yo, that was so I was into like the grunge fashion.
Yeah.
But my uncle he lived in Seattle. So growing up, I used to go visit. We'd go into the city, like we'd fucking like hang out and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was something that I had experienced growing up. And like I remember vaguely him talking about like I guess he was aware of the culture and like shit that was going on in his city, right?
Yeah.
So he was talking about grunge, and I like was half tuning him out because I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. But I was seeing the people around me in that area, and I would come back and like be wearing the shit, and like
Yeah.
it was fucking interesting. I didn't know what I was doing till after. It was just mimicking, you know, what I saw and shit.
Nah, man.
But yeah, sorry.
Nah, that's but yeah, Raven was he was a really interesting wrestler, but and like that's not even to mention his ECW days. Oh my god.
That's what I had.
I was just gonna get to that game after.
Oh my bad. Continue.
We'll get Thunder,
there.
like the part that I liked about Thunder was that everybody like cut a promo on the roster.
Yeah.
And then also you could, because like it was WCW versus NWO at the time, like whenever you had a wrestler come out, you could like decide if you wanted to put them in whichever faction. So like Goldberg, like you can make him be in the NWO even though he wasn't really in the NWO, and he'd have like NWO attire. He'd be like, oh shit, Goldberg NWO. And like he'd have NWO people come out to help him and shit in the match. So like that was fun to me. But of course I was also watching WWF. So WWF Warzone, that game was, you had to have that shit.
So I never, we talked about this, but my dad never let me watch pro wrestling.
Yeah.
My mom bought me this game. I think I was like 3rd grade or something, and I had a birthday coming up, and I wanted to have friends over, and my friends would always talk about pro wrestling. So I told my mom, I was like, hey mom, if we have people over, like, can we go get a new video game? Because I don't know anything about pro wrestling, but my friends always want to talk about pro wrestling. So if we go get this new game, they're all going to be hyped to play it, and then I'm going to look like the man, even though I don't know what's going on. So she bought it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nah, so, okay, so this game, you see Stone Cold Steve Austin on the cover. You could create a wrestler on this game. So I
did all that shit.
Yeah, so I would always create a dude. But like, if you had, I wanted to have a finisher that I could do. And Stone Cold's finisher, because back then it was like multiple buttons you had to press to do the finisher. Stone Cold's finisher was right, circle. And I could do it fast enough to hit that every time. So I would always I'd be like, well, even though I wanted to give myself other moves, I'd be like, nah, man, I'm giving myself the stunner because I can do that. Give myself the stunner, bam. And then somebody showed me how I could, like, I guess, change the controls for finishers. So then I started making everything right circles. I'd be doing choke slams and shit.
Damn.
It was lit. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I remember getting hyped, and then I didn't know what was going on, so I got into like the career mode or the create your own wrestler, because at least then I make my own storyline and just like fucking like experience what's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was the first time I think in a video game I experienced the career mode.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't played sports games up until that point. I mean, it was like Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, and like Tekken.
Totally different shit.
You know, Tekken or Street Fighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess eventually Tekken had their like story mode. I'm trying to remember the old one. I guess they kind of did too. It was more so you just ran through everybody in a tournament.
Okay, so non-sports. Well, I guess it is still kind of sports. It's extreme sports and non-wrestling. Let's see.
Extreme sports.
Yes. So there was one game, 3 Extreme. That was the first game I got on PlayStation. And it was a game where it was basically you would race and you could either pick, and these were all just like fictional characters, and then there were codes that you could do to unlock other people. But there were basically it was racing. So you would race and
like on the street?
it was like these courses. So like you're racing,
You're on the track.
Kinda. It was like you go through like these gates, and then there was like ramps, and you could like do tricks. So you could either be a rollerblader, a skateboarder, or a biker.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. You said the X Games, right?
Yeah.
Where you pick your shit.
Well,
I remember this.
Yeah, so it was called this game was called 3 Extreme. So like, I would do that, and then eventually, like, because this was back when you still had codes and shit. So eventually, I got the codes, and like I would unlock. You could unlock this alien, and like the alien was like fucking perfect. So and had like this hoverboard, skateboard, and like I would just be killing shit with that alien.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, that game was fun. Of course, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, specifically 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Those were high on my list. And also Dave Mirra, R.I.P. Dave Mirra, BMX.
Oh, I only ever played that one.
Yeah, nah. So the first one that he had, so that one was a lot of fun because I was in the BMX biking myself. Like I would actually get out on the bike and do tricks and shit until one time I busted
no
my,
shit.
Yeah, one time I busted my ass pretty bad. So
how old were you doing that?
I was like, this is like when I was like 12, 13. So like,
okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so I know you talked about playing a lot of like the Maddens and the NBA stuff.
Yeah.
So did you play sports back then?
I did play sports, not organized. Like I was just always like playing in the neighborhood and practicing myself. I had it in my head that I wanted to be a McDonald's All-American. Then for basketball. So once I made it to high school, I tried out for like the school team.
Damn.
And I made the team.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I always had just like super stage fright. Like once it was time to go into actual games and shit. And I would just be like, so I was just always fucking up. I think maybe if I had been, I don't know, maybe if I had been like more in regular rotation, or maybe if I had just played more when I was younger, like more organized when I was younger, I would have been less like bugged out being in games and then just been able to play.
Yeah.
But yeah, because it wasn't like everybody was like so much better than me.
Yeah.
Like, because in practice I could hang with niggas and do shit and make shots and do whatever. But yeah,
I know. I think I know what you're talking about. I didn't feel it so much in sports, like whenever. So I didn't do basketball or anything.
Yeah,
like I was never looked at as the athlete, but I always fucked with martial arts. Like I was in karate from when I was real young. I did judo from middle school to high school, and then I continued that on in high school. Luckily, we're in Hawaii, so we got the team. We're the only state that has scholastic judo.
Yeah.
The only other place in the world is Japan, right? So, and then I did wrestling, and that shit was always like, even with wrestling with the singlets.
Yeah.
I remember I knew people because at the time MMA was coming out, and everybody knew about mixed martial arts. Everybody was training. Everybody wanted to fight.
Okay.
And I would tell people, like, yo, come to wrestling. Like, this is the shit. Like, you want to learn some shit? You've never done any martial arts before? Start here. Because you're never going to get this opportunity again unless you go to college and you're good enough to wrestle in college.
Okay.
And, like, people would be like, oh, but you got to wear tights. I was like, honestly, after my first year, and I was telling people, come wrestling if you want to pursue MMA. And they're, like, telling me about the tights and shit because they're insecure. And I was like, dude, we're going to work so fucking hard during the preseason. You're not even going to care. Because we're all going to be wearing the singlets. Your opponent's going to be wearing the singlets. Only thing you're going to be worried about is not getting fucked up by the other guy. Because this is a contact sport.
Yeah.
There's nobody there to help you. You're out there and you can't defend yourself. You're going to get fucked up. And then you're going to be praying for the ref to call it, you know what I mean? Like, to stop the match. Otherwise, if you fighting kinda and you doing enough not to get pinned, you're just gonna get tossed around for 6 minutes or 9 minutes or whatever it is if they go overtime. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like it's an unforgiving sport. So if you commit to it, the uniform don't fucking matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the dudes in my team were just like, they bought their own singlets. They would come into practice with singlets because they wanted to normalize it and be out of that mind state, you know.
Okay.
And they were real fans of like wrestling and stuff. So they thought it was cool, you know. There were wrestlers that wore singlets and shit, right? The pro wrestlers.
Shout out Kurt Angle.
Yeah. So
there's mad wrestlers who wore singlets. Actually,
I'm familiar with that idea, not from sports for me personally, but I was also a nerd, and I played Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic in high school. I was the library kid.
Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Yeah, it's kind of offensive.
Is it?
Yeah, because of the blue eye. Same with the Dark Magician. It's all offensive.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what that means.
So I transitioned to Magic. There's some offensive stuff there, but most of that was from like before. We don't play with those cards. We don't mention them. But it's a dope ass game. And
what the fuck's going on with this? Are these like racist cards?
Kind of.
What the fuck is going on?
So then, all right. So they've been called out before for like being racist, but it's kind of like if you don't know the game, you don't really understand what it's meant to do. And the guys who made it at that time weren't part of a woke society that understood like microaggressions and that like different cultures and how people will interpret certain things. Like it just was not a topic. And this was a fucking company coming up with they call it alpha because it was the first edition and beta was like the second edition of the game. Yeah. First of its kind, realistically. I mean, there have been a few others, but this was the only one to this scale, and it blew up. Okay. So they didn't know. There was no formula for it. In the game, there's different colors. So there's white, black, blue. Colors. White, black, blue, red, green. You know what I mean? And so each color represents a different type of element. Those elements got different strengths and weaknesses. And you can build your...
What's black mean? Amazing?
Yeah. Actually, a lot of people, the coolest people I know, their favorite color is black. And you know what's funny is the motherfuckers that fuck with the black, they always mix the black with the white. I'm just saying they ain't against mixing colors up.
All right.
But the black it represents the flexibility of life and the oneness with death. I'm romanticizing a little bit here. Basically, the kind of effects you're gonna see is return from the graveyard effects.
It's lit. We back, bitch. Like, we don't die, we multiply. Baby's kids.
Things that deal direct damage to people's life total. Bow. Or even sacrificing your own life total in order to regain some sort of resource. So whether it's something from your graveyard or something from your library, you're trading your life source for some other shit that's gonna bring in this.
So like sacrificing Goku to get the Dragon Balls, and
exactly,
then using them to wish him back.
Exactly, and there's a lot of sacrificing abilities in the black color line. You know what I mean?
Because we always got to sacrifice. What y'all? Nah.
Yeah, yeah, and white stand for justice.
Nigga, what?
And balance.
Nah, fuck that.
And hey man, there ain't even no yellow. Chill out.
Oh, all right, but still, why white gotta be justice?
So blue is usually like counter magic and preparation. So there's a lot of draw spells. So like you're drawing cards. So there's just different aspects. Green is power. It's might. So it's a lot of things that give shit strength or resilience, so it can survive longer. And then is it green, black, blue? Oh, red. Red is aggression. So dealing as much damage as possible as quickly as possible. A lot of small drop, like just playing shit quickly. So like burning up. And so we talk about like burning out.
Burn it up.
Anyway, my bad. I'm on a rant explaining Magic the Gathering. Yo, if you play Magic the Gathering arena, hit me up. We can get it in. I got historic. We can fuck shit up. I mean, play standard. I mean, standard's kind of boring, but we can do it.
Play hula baloo.
But I got into like playing like tournaments and shit. You know what I mean? Because I played all the motherfuckers at school.
Shit.
And this was where I experienced fucking anxiety and like nervousness and like, yeah, dude. Because I'll fuck people up at school. Okay. And I go to these tournaments.
And these motherfuckers is really out here.
And a lot of them were older than me. Like Magic the Gathering has an older market because they've been around from the 90s.
Yeah.
And so I'd be like playing grown ass men. And then I'd play like Yu-Gi-Oh! And I think I was in middle school and I was playing like high schoolers. And I was just like, I would get there and I'm playing my deck and
go ahead.
Playing it long style. And I get nervous, like I see myself making mistakes and I couldn't stop it. You know what I mean? Like
when you're playing your deck long style.
Yeah. After I do some shit, I'd be like, oh fuck, why the fuck did I do that?
Yeah.
And then I'd tell myself, oh, maybe he won't notice. And he noticed.
Hella notice.
Yeah. Every fucking tournament. I went to like six of them shits.
Play that Rod of Sun God.
I played 6 of them shits and I lost the first fucking round, every single one. I remember this one dude, he was like, yo, what's wrong? I was like, what do you mean? He was like, you seem nervous. I was like, I am. And he's like, dude, don't. Like, your deck is good. You just keep making mistakes. So you got to relax. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, man.
I got better eventually. And like, especially with Magic, because I did that even after high school, I would play. And so eventually I calmed down. And like, it's not something, I mean, I still make mistakes, but it's not something I sweat too much anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't know. I was just trying to say that I connect with that
because you play
a crippling fear playing a card game, while at the same time simultaneously I'd wear tights and go fuck like the Usos up from Kahuku. Nah, actually I got fucked up the first year, but I came back the next year and tossed that dude around.
Pause.
Yeah.
No, so I understand how that correlates, like that fear taking over when you're playing your deck long style in these competitions.
Yeah.
And like when I'm out here trying to, like, in practice, I might have been saucing folks up. Pause. But but then it's time to go in the game,
You're
and I'm
saucing
like,
them,
saucing them. I'm saucing them.
Oh my god!
But in the game, like, it's not working like that. But you know, I guess music was that was where I needed to flex my creativity. Music and now podcasting. So that worked out a whole lot better.
Yeah, right on.
Right. But hey man, I feel like we've talked for enough for one episode.
Yeah. I mean, I practically taught you magic.
You did. You explained a lot.
Yeah.
So now I want to go look up and figure out which cards are the racist cards.
I'll show you later.
Anything you want to say to the people?
No, I think I told y'all the shit I needed to say. Yeah, tune in next week.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it to this part, this far, if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe.
Long style.
Yes. All right. Tell everybody and share with your friends and your families and your pets, your dogs and your dinosaurs. See you next week. Thanks. Bye.
Here's our outro.
Yo, Thank you guys so much for listening. Thanks for getting all the way to the end of the podcast. Hey, you can follow me on Instagram at Kwali is ill. That's KWALIISILL.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. You can follow me on Instagram. My name is Eddie.C. That's Eddie.C. EEE. That's Eddie.C. Triple E.
And don't forget to follow the podcast. That's Two Dope Dads Podcast. The number 2 Dope Dads Podcast.
That's where you can stay up to date on all the episodes that are dropping and just, some dope dad stuff that we're going to post on there. So, yeah, definitely follow that and thank you.
Bow. See you guys next time.
Boom, boom, pew, pew, pew.
No.